What the heck? So I woke up this morning just like a lot of you guys and have seen that the game is going to be receiving quite the questionable balance change. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we've been begging for the game to be balanced for a while now, but I don't think this was the solution a lot of us were looking for. I'm a little bit confused because I'm not necessarily mad anymore. I was originally mad when I read it. I'll be so real, because it got like 98% of the builds I've ever made in the game, except for one of them, that's full Qkido. I'm a little bit confused. Now, this game doesn't have a lot of build diversity. I mean, for crying out loud, what, there's 5 skill trees? One of them makes you main fist, which is OP. The other one is completely useless, which is medic. If you were to go full medic, that is. And another one is full speed. We all know how we feel about full speed. Now, full speed isn't bad, but it doesn't have that much damage output, which is crazy. Now, they did try to, you know, make it better, speed better, by giving the game the Yamato, which is actually a decent weapon for Soul Reapers and for Quincy's. However, if you're on a Aranka, this weapon doesn't make any sense to utilize. Now, it's crit for the Arankas, doesn't block break. On top of the fact that it doesn't block break for the Arankas, speed takes up a lot of Ryatsu. So if you're using speed with Yamato and you don't have any transformation that can, you know, give a ray regen buff, you're pretty stuck. So if you're not advised or Let's with boost variant, you can't really utilize the Yamamoto or Yamato how other people would. So it's pretty tough. Going back to the skill trees, we're not able to use hybrid anymore. Things like 40 Qkido with 25 speed or 40 speed with 25 Qkido in order to get pressure shift is now. And usually you'd pair those two to get pressure shift as well as get skill boxes from each tree, etc. But now, well, it wasn't even Cetro. Apparently it was whoever the heck these guys are. Terrible, honestly. Let's go back to Cetro making decisions at this rate, because what the heck. Now you have to trade whether you want to get 2 skill boxes from the different trees, or do you want to be able to utilize an essence. And yeah, it's pretty tough. You're not able to use essences with hybrid builds, which kind of makes them pointless. So now everybody is going to be forced to go a single tree. You're forced either max Hakuda, max medic, and now nobody's gonna run medic builds. Just want to throw that one out there. Medic, or after medic's original gut, the first gut, nobody went medic as frequently anymore. You would still see a couple of Discord users, but people weren't really running medic as much as before because it just wasn't really worth it. Now, or even before now, people who did go full medic were usually kind of weak. The majority of the time you bully full medic users. And now that this update is going to be pushed forward and during the next shutdown, medic is in the gutter. Also, full speed, you're only going to be using that if you want the Yamato, but after using the Yamato for a very long time, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of mid. Just being forced to be locked behind full speed is mid. You need 50 speed in order to use the Yamato, and there's nothing you can put those 10 other points in other than speed for it to be decent. So you end up putting the extra 10 points in speed for time cut, and it's just really like, it's mediocre. It's even with the good weapon, unless they were to boost speed's damage, it's kind of mediocre. And I do think because of this, the Yamato's value is going to start dropping very soon. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you, the Quincy crit is pretty good, but I don't think it's worth going full speed for. Full speed's just kind of mid. I don't care what any of you guys say, full speed is mid. So now the only good skill trees in the game is going to be full Hakuda, because Hakuda is very broken with Formless and Blank Flash and 1000 Deaths. Hakuda just got nerfed for it to be back on top because they nerfed all the other trees. Can we actually deep that? Oh my gosh, please. Hakuda just got nerfed in order in order for it to be back on top again, you may as well not have nerfed it at this point. You may as well not have nerfed it. So Hakuda is going to be the best skill tree in the game now. And then that's followed by Kendo very hard. And then you can pick your poison after that. I would say Qkido is going to be 3rd place. And then everything else follows afterwards. And it's tough, man. There's really nothing we can do about that. Qkido is going to make a resurgence, a big comeback. Just there's no point of not utilizing Shattered Comet as a Qkido. On top of that, Qkido has some crazy, and then going full Qkido is a little bit cringe, which is why a lot of people don't do it, and it just wasn't worth it before. But now that everything else has been hard nerfed, hybrid has been half nerfed, Qkido is going to be very popular again. So I do expect Shattered Comet's value to be raising in sometime in the near future. We're gonna be seeing a lot of Qkidos again. Remember back in Type Soul when everybody hated Qkido? It's literally just gonna be that again. I do feel like before making big changes like this, we do need to sit down and see how it affects every skill tree, because I'm so sorry to out these guys. These guys just threw out a very mid suggestion. And yes, we wanted to balance, but not like this. I don't think this is the... Because Medic tree is going to be terrible. No one's ever going to run Medic. Medic is either going to need a full revamp or I don't know. No one's going to use Medic anymore. People are still going to be using Speed because of Yamato, but Yamato is going to be super underwhelming, and people are going to be going full Kendo, full Qkido, and full Hakuda. And it's going to overwhelm the Speed users eventually, and then they're going to drop their Speed builds and go either Kendo or Hakuda. So again, the game's going to have a bunch of Hakuda players running around. Again, the Hakuda situation that we thought was solved isn't solved. The game is actually just going to get a little bit more toxic. I know this was meant to be a fix to toxic builds, toxic hybrid builds, but I feel like hybrid builds was a good thing because it gave the players diversity that the game doesn't give us naturally. And now we're going back to the meta of people just going full skill trees. And this is gonna get toxic because only Hakuda, Qkido, and Kendo are good. So get ready for a very annoying couple of weeks, because I think after the devs start to see, whoa, this is a crazy change, they'll probably either revert it or find a tweak to it. But this is gonna be crazy. Type Soul isn't gonna be feeling the same. We're gonna see more Hakuda players. We're definitely going to be seeing more Qkido players. So guys, please prepare for that and try your best not to mold. And this might actually make a lot of people quit the game. I'm not gonna lie to you, because Qkido's running. If every match is a Qkido spammer, well, yeah, it's gonna get tough, man. I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. This is actually kind of a big deal, changing the meta completely. Like, this isn't just a meta shift, this is a complete wipe in the current meta and setting in place a new one. So I want to know what you guys think. I definitely will be reading you guys that, you know, like to yap and put them big paragraphs. This is a huge deal. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.